Tom, should a seller prepare their home before a home appraiser stops by?
Oh, yes indeed. And we're going to give you some tips about how to do that the most effective way possible.
Welcome back to our channel. I'm Catherine Larkin.
And I'm Tom Steck, and together we are
the TomKat Team.
This video is not only for someone who is selling their home, but it also can be used for someone who is going to go ahead and do a refinance on their property.
Tom and I think there are a few very important things for you to do to really help to maximize the most money that you can get from the sale of your home, which of course is going to help you with the appraisal process.
Before we get into the tips for your home, let's talk about what an appraisal is. You have a bank that is going to be loaning money, and the bank wants to have an idea of the value of your home because your home is going to be the collateral for the loan. So they need to be able to understand that the money they are loaning to you is going to be covered by the sale of that home if necessary, if they have to take possession of it. An appraiser doesn't just show up and appraise your property or look at it. Before they have come out, they have done research on similar homes, on the value of those homes, on the aspects of the neighborhood, all sorts of other features.
And they also have a copy of the contract, so they know before they even come out to the house, the really good appraiser is going to have a lot of information at their fingertips. So let's go over some tips that can help you improve your home's value as well as the appraisal.
As you go through these tips, please remember that these things have to be done, usually have to be done, before you even put your home on the market. Running around the last minute trying to fix some of these things that have been broken for years is not going to be a simple thing for you.
Number one is curb appeal. Same thing like a buyer. First impressions are so important. You need to keep your yard well groomed. You need to have a nice front yard. You have to remember, if you have the worst yard in the neighborhood, but you're asking for the most amount of money, that could cause a bit of a problem because the appraiser already knows exactly what he or she needs to do as they're walking up the steps of your home. So please take into consideration having really nice curb appeal.
Number two is to declutter and clean your home. Now, how you live normally is up to you, but remember you're having someone come in to estimate the value of the home, and having dirt, dust, and lots of stuff all over the place isn't going to help.
Now, truly, an appraiser does not care if the house is messy. The appraiser truly does not care if you did not make the bed. However, like I said earlier with number one, curb appeal, opinions matter. Do yourself a favor and keep your house looking nice, neat, and clean. Many times sellers have already started to pack. They've already started to do things to prepare themselves to move on. Just make sure if you have a lot of boxes and things around you're packing up, keep it nice and neat and organized looking until at least the appraisal is done.
Again, it's not critical as far as dusting and all that stuff, but the point is, because an appraiser can't rate that, but subconsciously they're going to look around and see if the house isn't neat and clean. How has the house been maintained over these years?
Correct. Let me just say that if you are home when the appraiser comes by, please do not follow the appraiser around. They need to measure. They need to really understand what is going on with the home. They don't need you following them around. And also, let's talk about if you are home, please get out of the bed. Don't be in bed when they're there. The appraiser needs to take pictures of a bedroom, and they don't need you or your children sleeping in the bed. The third thing that you want to take in consideration is any home improvements that you have done. Depending on the home improvements, it could truly help to increase the home's value and, of course, the appraisal. What's also important is any improvements that you have done. If you have any receipts to document, that would be great.
Keep in mind, however, that very few home improvements return a dollar-for-dollar value for the amount that is spent. If you update your kitchen for $40,000, you are not necessarily going to be able to add $40,000 to the price of the home when you sell it.
And you have to make sure that you understand that the appraiser will take a look at, are these upgrades over and beyond the area? Then that's one thing. But if you've just upgraded your home to match the neighborhood or to match every other home in the area, it may not give you extra money, but it may definitely help you get a decent price on your home. You know, you can also put together what we call an appraisal packet. Should have really done this for your listing agent, but any of the upgrades that you have done with any receipts, any information that you have about your home that you think is important to the appraiser and of course the realtor, you can always do that and the appraiser would actually like it.
The fourth thing that you want to look at is the maintenance of the property. Have you been maintaining it as you've gone year by year? Or have you just kind of let things go and now you try and fix everything all at once? You can do that, but the effects are not necessarily going to be quite as good as if you had done the maintenance on an ongoing basis.
Now you can, and really you should do it before you list your house. If the banister is a little loose, you can tighten that. If you have an outlet that doesn't work really good, you can fix that. You can paint the water stains that are in the ceiling. I mean, there are things that you can do to maintain and make your house look really good to put it on the market.
Number 5 is making sure that the appraiser is aware of multiple offers on your home. The greater the value he or she might be able to apply to your property.
It makes your house seem much more marketable, and that's, of course, looks really good for the appraiser's eyes. Now, if we can also present the appraiser with copies of the other offers, that will help as well. It doesn't necessarily mean just because you accepted the highest offer and maybe it's over list price that the appraiser will meet that price, but it's good for the appraiser to know if there is indeed multiple offers. So make sure you or your realtor presents the multiple offers, or at least let the appraiser know about them.
Sixth thing that you have to keep in mind is making sure you have a realtor that understands all this stuff. Pricing a home is never going to be easy, regardless of it's an appraiser or the other realtor or even you. So make sure that you have a realtor that's working for you who is knowledgeable about the market, knowledgeable about all aspects, including appraisals and how appraisals can destroy the entire deal.
Should the appraisal come in below the contract price? Well, if that happens, the lender can deny the loan. And if there is an appraiser contingency, a finance contingency, well, then the buyer has a right to get out of the contract as long as they're within their time frame. Please know, all contracts are different, so really stay in touch with your realtor. But you can either cancel the contract, which can happen, or the seller can come down to the sales price, or the buyer go up to the sales price, or they can renegotiate. So there are things we can always try to do. Tom and I, we did a video where we give home sellers some tips. So if you would like to take a look at that video, please take a look at this. I'm Catherine Larkin.
And I'm Tom Steck, and together we are
the TomKat Team. Don't forget to come back on Tuesday, because you know if it's Tuesday, it's what, Tom?
It's TomKat Tuesday.
Give us a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, please let us know. Tom and I, we sell paradise in Pinellas.